Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Exploring by the Seat of Your Pants event. My name is Joe Gorowski, and I'll be your host for today. Okay, we are moving into our winter months here in North America. We've had just an awesome start to the school year with some great events, some great themes like ocean plastics and space exploration. And we're moving through November with some really exciting events. In fact, we just put out an update newsletter last night. So if you check your inboxes, you should be able to find it and see some of the events we have coming up. But today, I've been looking forward to today's event for a while. Today, we get to go out into the field. We're heading out to Central America, to Nicaragua, and we're going to spend some time with the Fabien Cousteau Ocean Learning Center, which has an amazing project down there working in sea turtle conservation and doing it in such a great way, working with women in the community to find the nests, to protect them, and then to release the sea turtles when they hatch into the ocean, because we'll probably learn a little bit today, sea turtles are facing many threats around the world. So we have a great crew joining us today. We're going to bounce around a little bit. We're going to take a boat ride. It's going to be a lot of fun. First, I'm going to bring in Martine joining us from Florida. Hey, Martine, how you doing today?
Good. Good morning, Joe. How you doing?
Good. Well, great to see you. We're thrilled to have you joining us, and I know you'll be doing a little translation for us and helping with the Q&A action.
Yeah, very excited. It's going to be a great opportunity.
All right. The next view I'm going to bring in our live view with the team in Nicaragua. So just give me one moment here. Oops. I want the second camera here. There it is. Hey, everyone. How are we doing this morning? Hola.
Morning.
All right. Well, it's amazing to see everybody. We have an amazing group of classrooms on camera with us. In fact, I'm going to bring a few in so they can wave and say hi really loud. Let's bring in a few. Hi, everyone. All right. Always great to see that group there. If you're tuning in live via YouTube, use that chat sidebar and let us know. I already see classes saying hi in Oakville, Ontario, in Florida, in Wisconsin, in Ottawa. Some more classes in Ontario and Texas. So keep those greetings coming, and we'll take your questions in the chat when the time comes. But for now, I'm going to throw things over to our team, and then Martine will handle some of the translation for us. Oh, and we've also got Dr. Pamela Fletcher with us as well. Pamela, how are you doing this morning?
Morning, Joe. Excited to be here and to have all the classes involved in today's activity with our turtle team in Las Pinitas, Nicaragua.
Excellent. Well, let's let the team take over for a little, and then we'll continue from there with our adventure.
Okay, great. Team, take it away.
Hola, buenos días. Saludos de Nicaragua. Hola. Saluda Ana María. Este es el proyecto de conservación de tortugas marinas voluntarias, cada una de nosotras, ¿verdad? Es un saludo desde acá de la isla Juan Venado, Las Peñitas. Saludos. Bueno, es un gusto poder estar con cada uno de ustedes, aunque sea por una cámara, pero es un gusto para nosotros.
So they're saying welcome.
De lo que hacemos en nuestras playas. A nuestras playas de la isla Juan Venado arriban 4 especies de tortuga marina.
Martine, do you want to translate?
Sure, thank you, Dr. Fletcher. So everybody, they're saying welcome. They're very happy to have you guys today and share all the news, information they have about sea turtle program that we have in Nicaragua. So you guys can do some see, learn, do at the same time while you watch. And they're excited, and they're going to explain to us now some of the processes they do in working with sea turtles.
Ana.
Bueno, nuestras playas arriban 4 especies de tortuga marina, lo que es la palagia, que es una de las especies que le vamos a demostrar con la que más trabajamos, la torita, la tora y la carey. En este momento vamos a hacer una demostración del trabajo que realizamos este grupo de mujeres en las playas.
So in Isla Juan Venado, where the project sits, 4 types of sea turtles nest. We have the Isle Ridley, the green, the leatherback, and the hawksbill. And now they're going to show us how they work the sea turtle.
Bueno, en este momento vamos a hacer una demostración de lo que hemos aprendido con los años que tenemos de estar trabajando con el proyecto FCOLC. Lo primero que hacemos es observar a nuestra tortuguita, el estado en el que ella arriba a nuestra playa.
Okay, so now they're going to talk about what they've learned and what they do. The first thing they do when they see a sea turtle is they observe the sea turtle. They let her be and let her come up and nest. Make sure she doesn't have any fishing lines, any plastic, anything that's not of the nature. And after she makes her way to the nest, they work the sea turtle, and they're going to talk about it right now.
Bueno, en este momento vamos a observar que el caparazón de la tortuguita no traiga ninguna lesión, ya sea por mordedura o golpes de alguna roca. De ahí hacemos es observar sus aletas que vengan completas, que no vengan con ninguna lesión, tanto la aleta izquierda como la derecha. Observamos que su cabeza igual no traiga ninguna lesión.
Martin?
Yeah, so they check the turtle overall. They check the fins, they check her head, her eyes, make sure she doesn't have any cuts or anything, maybe a bite from a shark, anything that is not, normal in the sea turtle we document.
De ahí procedemos a lo que es, si ella trae alguna lesión, lo que procedemos es a desinfectarla con yodo para que que no vaya tan infectada.
So if she's hurt, number one, they record it. Number two, if it's treatable, they try to treat it on the field. So we're limited there, what we can do, but we do our best to get them on the way.
De ahí le ubicamos lo que es, mi compañera Belki apunta lo que es la hora de salida, lugar donde ella salió y las coordenadas.
So once she starts to nest, they record the time, the day, the GPS location of the nest.
Después que realizamos el apunte de la coordenada y hora, lo que venimos a hacer es que en el momento que ella está desovando es el preciso momento para poderla trabajar mejor.
So while she's nesting is when they work the sea turtle, where they measure it, because she's in a different zone of mind. She's, planting her eggs and laying her eggs, and she's calm at that time. So we have only a window opportunity to do our measurements and record the eggs while she's nesting.
Ahora procedemos a realizar lo que es el enchapado. Estas son las chapas que le ponemos para poder identificar cuántas veces ella arriba a nuestras playas y cuántas tortugas, sean palasma, carey, tora o torita, nos visitan. Esto ha sido un avance para nosotros en el conocimiento porque a través de ella podemos tener un número de cuántas especies nos visitan anualmente o temporadas.
Next, we flipper tag our sea turtles, and we flipper tag the sea turtle to see if she comes back. Well, we flipper tag him and then we release him back to the ocean. I'll give you an example. 2 years ago, we flipper tagged our leatherback, and she came back 7 times. So we were able to know that because we flipper tagged her, that she came back the same time. Also, the flipper tags have an email on them, and save the sea turtle goes and nests on another beach, say in Guatemala or Mexico or Venezuela, and someone finds the sea turtle. with the tag, there's an email. They can email us and let us know where she nested. So we've learned that by flipper tagging them, they come back to the same beach. We've had a lot of turtles come back the last couple of years. I think last year we had about 15 that came back the same year to nest the same beach. So now we know that power, and that's why we try to flipper tag them and learn more about sea turtles, learn the science, where they go, etc., etc.
Bueno, vamos a seguir, vamos a desinfectar. Procedemos a desinfectar la chapa. Con esta chapa hemos tenido mucho éxito porque nuestras tortugas, como son migratorias, nos han avisado cuando han salido en otros balnearios. Procedemos a colocar la chapa a nuestra tenaza y la numeración es NI 78. Es la que le ponemos a la aleta derecha. Marcamos en la segunda escama de nuestra tortuguita. De ahí desinfectamos, ¿verdad? De ahí vamos a proceder. La numeración de la siguiente chapa es NI. Desinfectamos la segunda escama y ponemos la chapa. Luego de este procedimiento, viene la compañera Candy. ¿Cuál va a ser el procedimiento de medir?
Buenos días, me llamo Candy. Vamos a medir este centímetro de largo. 67 largo.
Más arriba, Candy.
70 de ancho.
Luego que terminamos de medir y enchapar y nuestra tortuga ya ha desobado, aquí tenemos los huevitos, entonces vamos a proceder al pesaje.
Okay, guys, so that's pretty much what they do to the sea turtle. We measure the sea turtle, we document the information. They flipper tag it, of course, but before flipper tagging the sea turtle, they clean all the equipment that goes along with it. They also clean the sea turtle, the area where we put the flipper tag on the second scale. So all that gets done very carefully in a timely manner. That way, when she's ready to go back, she can go back freely to the ocean. We also collect the eggs, and then we walk him back to the hatchery very carefully. And then we're going to relocate the nest, and we're going to show you how it's done in a second.
Bueno, vamos a proceder a lo que es el pesaje. Vamos a tomar nuestra tortuga. Nela, no se puede guiar para allá. Este es el pesaje que le hacemos a la tortuga.
The last step they do is they weigh the sea turtle and we
Y
put
ella
the
pesó
information.
6.5 kilos.
So we weigh the sea turtle, and if she returns a couple of years later, we can see if she has gained weight or lost weight. You know, as long as she's the one that we tagged, then she comes back to her beach. So we're trying to see if she's growing. and how long was the last time she came back to her beach, and all that information that can come along with working the sea turtle. So lots of work, a lot of fun.
Después de terminado lo que es el pesaje, vamos a proceder a ir al vivero de Ulises y vamos a sembrar los huevitos. Vamos, chicas.
So we're gonna go to the hatchery, to the nearest hatchery. So we're gonna show you guys here an example how it's done, and then we're gonna hop on the boat and bring you guys to the hatchery, and you can actually see how the nest gets released. But
Buenos días. Ahorita vamos a proceder lo que es. Ahorita vamos a proceder lo que es la incubación de los huevillos, de lo que la tortuga puso. Vamos a hacer un nido de 45 centímetros de profundidad.
so she begins by digging a hole to relocate the nest very carefully. You gotta keep the sides stable. Belky is one of our biologists that works at the hatchery every day. She's from Las Peñitas. So the hole is gonna be 45 centimeters deep. And so carefully, she relocates the eggs into the nest.
Como pueden observar, hemos visto que ya hemos puesto los huevillos.
As you can see, we've relocated the eggs. And now we'll cover them.
Nuestra tortuga ha puesto 41 huevos.
That's 45
Ahora lo que vamos
eggs.
a hacer es taparlo.
Now we're gonna cover it. Now compacting the sand on top so they can come back out, just like the mama would. Very gentle, just cover the nest.
Después de 45 días, esperamos que nuestro huevo eclosione y salgan nuestras tortugas baby.
After 45 days, the olive ridley hatch. So after 45 days, we should be seeing some hatchlets from this nest. It depends on the species. If it's a leatherback, maybe 60 days. This one was olive ridley, so it's going to be 45 days.
Vamos, que traduzca. La lancha. Sí, ahorita vamos.
So from here, from our headquarters, we're going to take a boat ride to the actual hatchery.
So if I can jump in, we're in an estuary, and for those of you who have studied estuaries so far, you know that the water sometimes empties and then sometimes is very full, and we're right near a full moon. So what we have is a very, very empty and dry estuary. It's not always like this, but that's why the boats appear to be on the ground, because the water has left that estuary area. Joe, did you want to do some of the cahoots, or
Yeah,
do
I think
Q&A from the chat.
I think now would be a great time to do the Kahoot quiz. And then as we make our way, continue to the boats, as we take the boat ride, we can do some live questions as well.
Okay. Well,
All
it'll
right.
probably get loud when we're on the boat, so I'm sure you're going to mute us. So if you have any questions that Martine doesn't answer or you need me to answer once we get to the hatchery, I'm happy to do that.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to share a link here for our classrooms, kahoot.it. If you head over there right now, it's going to ask you for a PIN number. I've also put the PIN in the chat on YouTube, so you should be able to see it there. But I'm going to share my screen, and that is going to bring up the Kahoot PIN number as well. So we'll have it in a whole bunch of different ways to make sure everybody can get in. I can see some students have already joined us. So once you get to kahoot.it, you want to put in the PIN 576-6516. Now, if you have one-to-one technology at your seat, you can join that way. If not, your teacher could put it up at the front of the room and you could shout out your answers to him or her. Another option, if you have a phone or a tablet, you can scan that little QR code up in the corner and that'll bring you right into the event. So I can see students joining us now. You're getting your animal names. We've got the creative bobcat, the brave dolphin, the dynamic crab. Awesome stuff. So today's quiz will be 4 questions, and it's going to test what you know about sea turtles. Some of the answers you might have heard in the chat or in the talk today from the team, and some are just knowledge questions about sea turtles. We'll see how everybody does. There's a couple true and false and a couple multiple choice. So I can see we've got lots of students still joining us, which is great. We'll give it another minute or two. And then we will go live with our Kahoot quiz. So just another couple minutes. I can still see lots of students popping in. Now, if we take a look at our team right now, let's see what they're up to. I'll make them full screen for a moment. So there we go. We can see them making their way. I can see some dogs, some perros in the background. And then, Dr. Pamela, what are those birds that we can see? Looks like there's some birds on the beach.
Yes, those are vultures. And so sometimes there's animals that die and they are cleaning up the estuary, eating those. We've got a lot of migratory birds in this area. So if the camera is clear enough, you can see the little birds above the vegetation. There's a whole bunch of different types of birds that like to come to the nature reserve and nest and pass through in their migratory routes.
All right, well, let's bring the Kahoot back up and see if it's slowed down. I think so. So I think we can start our Kahoot. So let's get things rolling here. Our first question is coming up. Remember, you have 20 seconds for each question, and the quicker you get that answer in, the more points you're going to get. So how many sea turtles are there in the world? So how many sea turtle species are there worldwide? Do you think there's 3? Do you think there's 5? Do you think there's 7? Or do you think there's 10 sea turtles found around the world, different species, different types? You've got a couple more seconds to get your answer in. All right, that correct answer is 7. There are 7 species of sea turtles found around the world. Let's see who's in first place right now after question 1. The squeezy dog is in first place. Let's go to our next question here. This one is another multiple choice. How many species nest in Nicaragua? So if you were paying attention, you would have heard this answer. Is it 2 species? Is it 4 species? Is it 5? Or is it all 7? So how many of the species nest in Nicaragua? All right, good job, crew. There are 4, the olive ridley, the leatherback, the green sea turtle, and the hawksbill. Good job, students. The space yeti is in first place, so we'll go to our next question here. What's the largest species of sea turtle? Is it the hawksbill? Is it the leatherback? Is it the olive ridley? Or is it the green sea turtle? Which is the largest of all the sea turtle species? Sounds like we're getting into the boat over there too. I can hear some water. All right, good job, crew. The leatherback sea turtle is absolutely massive. One of the largest reptiles in the world. I think the only other one that comes close is the saltwater crocodile. So the polite meerkat is in first place. We have one final question. It's a true and false. Sea turtles can retract or hide their head and flippers into their shell. Do you think that's true, or do you think that's false? We know turtles on land can do it, but do you think sea turtles can do it? True or false? Can they hide in their shell? All right. So the answer is false. They cannot pull their flippers and head in the same way that turtles can do so on land. Let's look at our podium and see how we did. In third place, we've got the super quail. Good job to the super quail. In second place, the hero bison. And in first place, we've got the polite meerkat. Was able to hold on for the last two questions. All right, good stuff, crew. We are going to switch gears now and do a little Q&A as we take our boat ride to the hatchery. So I'm just going to shut this down here. There they are. Hey, everyone. Perfect. So we are in the boat. We are ready to get moving. This is so exciting. So good to see everyone. If you are joining us via YouTube and you have a question, put that into the chat sidebar. I'm also going to start bringing in the classrooms who are joining us in camera spots, and I'm going to ask them to ask some of their questions out loud for us. So if you're on YouTube, put your questions in the chat. If you are in a camera spot, I'm going to come pick on your classroom shortly. And Dr. Pamela, you can still hear us okay?
Yes, right now I can.
Okay, because Martine just dropped out. Hopefully he's able to come back in. So we might need
Okay,
to
no
help
problem.
with questions as we start.
Happy to translate. It's going to get loud, so you'll want to mute us.
Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. All right. Well, let's bring our first group in. Hopefully Martine comes back because he's going to answer some of the questions. Stewards, second grade class. Hey, second graders, how are ya? Excellent. Do you have a question for us?
Yeah, so we said answer questions.
I'm just going to tuck the boat away just for a second so we can hear that question.
How do sea turtles defend themselves from predators?
Ooh, so is that how do they protect themselves from predators?
Yes, that was Zoe's question.
All right. Martine, you want to jump on that? How do they protect themselves from predators, the sea turtles?
Well, they try to find some reefs.
Oh, Martine, we lost you there. I think your signal might be giving out on us.
While diving, hawksbill.
Martine, if you can hear me, can you unplug your headphones? We're not hearing you very well. Can you try and unplug? If you're able to still hear me, okay, Martine, can you unplug those headphones? I think the microphone's not working right now. Let me try and send a message in the chat. Okay, he's going to try and come back in again, but I'm going to see if we can get him to take out those headphones. But I'm going to check in with our team here. Pamela, if you're still able to hear us, we had a question about the predators, how the sea turtles avoid predators, protect themselves. I see Martine's back as well. Okay. Martine, if you can take the headphones out, try and take the headphones out and see if you can hear us okay, if you take the headphones out. Okay. We're having trouble getting that message in. But what he was trying to share is the way that some of the baby sea turtles protect themselves. Some of them, when there's reefs around, they can kind of tuck into different parts of the reef for protection. Also in the ocean, there's lots of floating pieces like floating seaweed and things like that. So some of the really young sea turtles can kind of hide in amongst those floating pieces of debris, those floating bits of seaweed and leaves and other things in the ocean. So that's a way that they can kind of hide and protect themselves a little bit from the predators. And I see Martine there again. Martine, are you able to hear us okay? No, doesn't look like it. All right, let's jump to another question because I can answer some of the questions and we can try and get Dr. Pamela to answer some of them as well. So this time I'm going to go to Mrs. Seaman's 3rd grade class in Miami, Florida. How are we doing today, everybody?
Stand up and ask.
What is the most popular type of sea turtle in Nicaragua?
Big voice. Most popular. Big voice. Let's go.
What is the most popular type of sea turtle in
Okay, that's a great question. Let me check with Dr. Pamela first. Dr. Pamela, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you, but it's still at the island.
Yeah, that's okay. If you can hear me okay, what's the most popular sea turtle in Nicaragua? All right, we're going to have to put a pause on that question. My guess, for me anyways, it would be the leatherback sea turtle. They're the rarest. And I think that they're probably get really excited whenever they see
Here where the project is on the Pacific coast of
That's the problem with live.
All right.
Nicaragua.
So the camera will settle down. We did this yesterday, and so it gets a little bit patchy when they're in the bush here walking. But once they get back to the beach, we should have a good signal back. And we should be able to continue with the connection. Martine, are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. Martine, they're wondering the most popular sea turtle in Nicaragua.
The most popular is going to be the olive ridley.
The olive ridley. Is that because it's the most?
Yes, the most nest in Nicaragua, yes, all throughout is the olive ridley. In the Pacific side, on the Atlantic side, because Nicaragua has 2 coasts, is the green.
Okay.
So we are lucky in Nicaragua to have 2 coasts. We have the Atlantic and we have the Pacific. Don't know much about the Atlantic, but in the Pacific where our site is the olive ridley. Is the most
and then the
common.
leatherback is the rarest.
That's correct. That's the.
All right. So I'm going to bring in another class here. We've got the Good Shepherd crew and Miss Benoit joining us. How are we doing today?
We're doing very well. We have so many questions for you guys, but
right.
the most popular one was, how old can a leatherback get?
Okay. So Martine, if you're able to hear that, okay, how old can a leatherback sea turtle get? Do we know? All right. Seems like Martine might be having a little bit of trouble with his connectivity, but okay. So the answer that I'm seeing here is we just don't know for sure, because the leatherback sea turtles are rare, because we don't get to see them on shore very often. So we don't really know for sure, which is why projects like this one are so important, because you can tag the sea turtles on their flipper, and then every time they come ashore and people see them, they're able to make note of that, and they're able to email and say, hey, we saw this turtle on shore. Or sometimes fishermen catch the turtles by accident, and they can email as well and say, hey, we caught this turtle and we let it go, hopefully. Sea turtles in general can live pretty long. I know that some turtles can live up to be 50 years or more, and some scientists think that sea turtles can live up to 100 years old, some of them. But most seem to say about 50 to 100 years for sea turtles.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. And then it looks like we have our crew at the hatchery. How are we hearing me? You guys are hearing me okay?
Yeah, we reconnected. It seems like we're good to go into the hatchery here and watch a nest excavation and look for baby turtles. Woo!
Excellent. Well, why don't you start that? I want to bring in Madame Manners' class and let them ask questions.
Después de los 45 días.
Joe, can you hear me still?
I can, yeah. Dr. Martin is having a lot of trouble with his connectivity, so he keeps dropping.
Okay, no problem. Sure. So let me translate for you. So Anna just told us she's got her clipboard. She's going to be recording information, but most of the nests in this hatchery, you can see it's a gridded system. It looks like a piece of graph paper. Most of these nests are olive ridleys. And so our turtle team will begin their excavation. We wait 45 days and do a check on the nest because typically that's when you will have a hatch out. So they're going to show you how they excavate the nest carefully and record data.
All right, sounds good. So we're going to watch that, but I'd like to squeeze in a few more questions if that's okay.
That's great.
And so Miss Collins' class wants to know what the smallest species of sea turtle is.
So it always depends on the age of the sea turtle, but the olive ridleys tend to be the smallest, and also you can have some hawksbills that are small. We have hawksbills on both the Pacific and the Caribbean side of Nicaragua here, but typically of the turtles that nest here in our hatchery in this beach area, it's the olive ridley.
All right. Madame F's class would like to know what they eat. What do sea turtles usually eat?
I can't see the chat, but I bet some of the other classrooms may know if they've taken a look at the different species of sea turtles. So let me put this back as a question. We know the leatherbacks, the largest sea turtles. What do they typically eat? Does anybody know what they like to eat?
All right, we'll keep an eye on the chat and see if any answers come in there.
Okay, but it depends on the, we've got some babies in the nest, Joe, so I want to show those. He has excavated. See them okay?
Yeah, do we want to try Julio's phone as well and see if it's any clearer?
El teléfono de Julio. Are you catching any of the video where Candy is excavating the nest?
Yeah, we can see the turtles coming out. We've just lost
and is the audio working okay?
The audio's coming in nice. We've lost a little bit of the clarity. So if Julio's nearby, maybe we can try his camera. Otherwise, we can stick with this.
He doesn't have any signal either. So it's a very rainy kind of day over here. I think that's also affecting our earlier test.
That's
Can
okay.
you see that?
We can still see what's happening. We can see the turtles coming out of the nest.
Okay, fantastic. So Belky's going to tell us a little bit about the nest that she's excavating with the olive ridley babies in it.
Como pueden observar, después de 45 días que hemos incubado los huevos, ya nuestros huevillos han eclosionado y han nacido nuestras tortugas baby.
So she's telling us after the 45-day incubation period inside the hatchery that she goes and she checks the nest for the babies. She's got several in there. So there is information collected in the data sheet. We know how many eggs are put into the nest, and we count all the living little babies, and sometimes the eggs don't hatch out for different reasons, but you can see she's got a lot of little babies here for you to see released down to the ocean in a minute or two.
All right.
And also Candy has some more. You can see the coloration on some of the turtles is a little bit white. They're drying up. so they're getting a lighter shade. And sometimes you do have albino sea turtles, so they'll come out of the nest white. Not unusual. After the babies are taken out of the nest, because we have some eggs that haven't fully hatched yet, the ladies carefully put the sand back in the nest, and we'll check the nest either this evening, but no later than tomorrow morning.
All right. I'm going to bring in another class, Dr. Pamela, for a question. We have Madame Manners' crew with us. How are we doing today? Do you guys have a sea turtle question?
How do the moms find the sea turtles after you guys relocate them?
Oh, the mamas don't. It's one of our happy but sad stories. The mamas have instinct, right? They'll come up on the nest where they lay their eggs. Once they leave that nest in the beach, we relocate it to the hatchery, and then the mama may never see her babies again. They know by instinct what they need to do. They're all grown up when they hatch out. They know where they need to go. They need to head to the ocean. They live out in the sea for about 5 to 7 years, and then we hope that they come back and nest. And remember, different species have different development cycles. But I'm so glad your class could join us today. Great question.
All right. So I'm going to bring Mrs. Lynch's class in here.
And Candy's putting the baby turtles. Oops,
yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. So Mrs. Lynch's class, if you can hear me, we'd love to get a question from your group.
Gracias.
Vamos a pensarlo.
Okay.
Ellos lo van a ver.
Sí, pero rapidito, sí.
Por eso nos sacamos.
Joe, I don't know if I lost signal.
No, we still
Can
got
you hear me?
Yep, coming in loud and clear.
Okay. Super. So we're going to show you one more step that we take because we want to learn as much as we can about this population of sea turtles. Is the team take extra care and time to measure and weigh approximately 10 to 20 baby sea turtles out of each nest. So we're here in the research station. I know it's a little dark for you. You can't see everything, but what the team does is they'll take most nests, it's 20 babies, and measure the length. So that's from head to tail, the width across, so from side to side, your left side to your right side, and then the height, so from the belly of the sea turtle to the back of the sea turtle. And then they'll put the sea turtle on a scale, and they're weighing them in grams. So let's take a look at some of these cute little babies. Can you see them all?
Yeah, we see them. Looks like a lot. How many?
¿Cuánto hay? 40.
40. Wow.
Aquí hay 34.
These are olive Ridley sea turtles?
These are all olive Ridley babies. So here you can see the turtle team. I'm going to back up a little. You tell me if this is okay light for you to see what's happening. Anna has the clipboard in her hands, and Belky has what we call a caliper. So she's going to measure the length of that sea turtle.
40 de largo.
The width of the sea turtle.
32 de ancho.
And the height of the turtle.
19 de altura.
And Anna will record.
20.
Oops, one more thing. Sorry, missed that. There's the scale. You can see the scale now. Can all of you see the baby turtle on the scale?
Yes, we can. Very cool.
Super.
And Martine, I think I see you back there. Can you hear us again?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Yes. We did have Mrs. Stewart's second graders solve the mystery of what the leatherbacks eat. Dr. Pamela, they said it's jellyfish.
Yeah, great job, guys. Woo!
Good job. We got to tell the team, Dr. Fletcher, because they were asking too.
I can't hear it now.
All right. Well, while the measurement is happening, let's do a few more questions here. A question I have here from the YouTube chat from a classroom in Texas. They're wondering, they're third graders, they're wondering, do we know how the sea turtles can come back to the beach where they were born? Do we know how they do that?
We don't know how they do that, but they say they do come back. So we know they come back to nest to the same beach because we're able to tag them. And now, also other organizations put a satellite on a sea turtle, and she lives and comes back. But with babies, it's so hard to tell. We cannot mark it, we cannot tag it to see if she's the one that came back.
Yeah.
So.
Hi, Justin.
It would be a little difficult.
Oh, looks like we're gonna release some turtles. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Justin. But I'll keep that one in mind, and I'll write it down and ask experts or read about it. But thank you, guys. Great question. Thank you very much. We might lose them for a little bit because they're walking down like we did the practice, Joe, but the video and audio will come back.
Yeah, once they get close to the water and hold still, we should get a little bit better connection.
Yeah, there you go.
We are definitely in a very remote spot here, so we're lucky that we have a cell tower close enough that we're able to connect like this.
Yes.
Even though it's a cloudy day, I would still love to be there and go jump into the ocean. It looks beautiful. And this is the best part. This must be the best part for the whole team. When, they can take these 40 sea turtles, these olive ridley sea turtles.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we gotcha. Yep.
Yes.
Fantastic. So as we got closer to the water, you can hear us now. So Balki and Anna, you can see we really try to be careful with the baby sea turtles when they're going to be released. We tried to draw a line, a boundary around an area so the sea turtles can move around and go to the sea without any obstructions, whether it's people or sticks or things. So the team usually get together. I'm gonna walk right here first. They all wear gloves to protect themselves and the babies. And we have Jenny and Junisi who have been participating in the project since they were really young. They've been growing up with our effort for about the last 3.5 years. And you can see them releasing the baby sea turtles. Joe, can you still hear us?
We still got you loud and clear. We can see all the turtles lining up and they're starting to move.
There they go.
So is it the sound they move towards? Is it a bit brighter, the water? How do they know where to go?
Joe, I think those are some of the mysteries about nature. We don't understand some of the ways that we just got one that turned around. We don't understand everything about sea turtles yet. There he goes. He turned himself back, or she.
They say
so remember, these turtles were incubating during Hurricane Julia, which moved across Nicaragua. October 8th, 9th, it moved from the Caribbean coast. Again, we are on the Pacific coast. So these little guys survived in their incubation period through that storm. They've had a lot of rain here. Must be happy to get out into the ocean.
Yeah, absolutely. And the camera cleared up really nice and clear for us for this moment. So this is awesome. This is perfect.
Fantastic. What do the classrooms think? I can't see the chat. Are they having fun watching the babies?
What do you think of the babies? You want to clear it on to the ocean? Very cool. They're definitely excited. I'm going to bring that full screen again so we can see those turtles nice and full screen. Have any made it yet?
I think we lost them.
Looks like we might have lost the signal for a moment. Hopefully it comes back for us. You know, one thing, if Pamela can hear us again, would be to, oh, there we go. would be to exit and come back in. Might give us a really clear signal if she reconnects. So I don't know if you, Pamela, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Do you want to try to exit and come back in really quickly? Because that might really clear up the signal.
Oh, there she goes.
Okay.
And you see the first one just reaching the water, getting close.
And Joe, as a backup, do you see Julio has his camera on too?
Oh, Julio's got his on too.
I don't want to lose you for the most exciting part.
Yeah, I don't see Julio's. It doesn't look like the video came in.
Su video. Sí. Pone su video.
Toma un video.
I'll wait until he can log back in. I don't want to drop you completely during the most exciting time of today.
Yeah, well, we've got a pretty good view right now. We can see them making their way towards the water. A group of them are getting pretty close. And then they're all on their own. You guys have done as much as you can. You've protected them in their nests. You've got them to the water, and now nature takes over.
Yeah, I think Julio's having a problem connecting too. That's my only hesitation to log out and log back in, Joe.
Let's just stick with this then.
Is that we might not be able to get back in.
Yeah.
We can see.
So we do have some visitors with us during this trip. We've got Felicity Amoroso Wall. She's a University of Miami graduate student, and she's been helping the teams. In addition to one of the Ocean Learning Center's board members, Justin Muir, they've come down to do some observations and to help with the turtle program, so monitoring of sea turtles. They've had such an exciting trip. And we're always trying to post share of sea turtles. Our turtle team, all of the hard workers, they stay up all night, they work all day, they work all night. We've got a whole crew here. So we thank them so much for everything they do so that you can have these opportunities to see the baby turtles.
Well, it's very special to be able to see these baby sea turtles starting off.
And Joe, we had our first leatherback nest 2 days ago. Remember I was telling you about it?
Yeah, your first leatherback nest. And you have the eggs?
Yes, we have the eggs. Dr. Pamela Fletcher and the team relocated the nest 2 days ago, yesterday. And December 5th, they will be hatching, hopefully, 60 days later. So
wow. You'll have to record that for us because we'd love to see the recording.
Okay, we will. We'll record it for you guys. Yeah. So.
Okay, I'm going to walk a little closer to the ocean so you can get a better view. And there's Felicity. She's been our turtle mama for a couple of weeks here.
Hi, Felicity. Looks like the waves are going to grab some of them pretty soon. Oh, it's so close.
Oh. Some people say they smell the ocean.
They bring him into the sea.
Maybe.
No, we just need to wait for a big wave to come pick him up and bring him back into the ocean. Anya!
There they go. It's a little battle for those little guys to get into those waves.
They're so little, so strong though. They are determined. She's gonna begin her journey.
Where'd they go? Woo! We gotta turn around and look for them. They're carried out in the waves.
Look at that. Amazing. What do you think, students? You want to cheer them on? They're so close.
It's a perfect day today, Joe. There's no birds out there. Sometimes when we have birds, we kind of have to help. So
Yeah, the predators would definitely be an issue. The seabirds waiting for them. So
yeah, so that's at least one of them that we try to escape.
yeah.
You know, it depends. If we see the birds, we kind of excavate the eggs a little later. So we have to use nature's watch to try to help them. At least in one struggle, one of those guys that try to stop them from reaching to they become adults.
Comes the big wave.
It looks like that's our last one.
Awesome. Wow. Amazing. Martine, Dr. Pamela, the whole team, thank you for such an amazing morning. And thank you for the incredible conservation work you do.
Thanks so much for having us. Look us up online, follow us on social media, and we're happy to do another live stream, Joe. Thanks so much to you and your crew at Exploring by the Seat of Your Pants.
I will send links to all the classrooms. There's a special video that I'm going to share with them. I'll send them all the links, and we can't wait to do another event. Thank you so much. Let's get loud from the classrooms. A big goodbye and thank you. Thanks for our live classroom. Everybody tuning in on YouTube. And we are going to sign off for today. Thank you to the whole team. That was awesome.
Thanks so much, Joe. Have a